Thank you guys for coming and joining me this morning at Mystic Fitness. My name is Erin, and I'll be guiding you through your class. So we're going to begin today lying down. So just lay your way down onto your mat. You're welcome to keep your feet placed to the floor with your knees bent. Maybe separating the feet a little bit away from each other here, just so that your knees can start to gently drop in a bit, and they just kind of hover in this space. And just let yourself start to settle in here. If you prefer to lengthen your legs down your mat straight, you can do that as well. But you might notice that that places your lower back in a little bit of an arch or an uncomfortable position for you. And if you discover that, you'll just bring your feet to the floor once again. We'll start to take some breaths just in and out through the nose with the eyes gently closed, to let ourselves start to fully arrive into the mat, and just leaving behind anything that it took to get you here this morning. Pushing off into the future anything that's going on later today or over the weekend. And just letting yourself fully arrive not only into your mat, but into your body and into yourself. And we'll just take some easy breaths in and out through the nose. Relaxing your forehead and your jaw. Maybe moving on down to the shoulders here. And as I've moved down to the shoulders, I notice I could actually create a little more space there for the shoulders and neck. So I'll lift the shoulders up off the floor, and you can do this as well. Just lightly draw them a little further away from your ears and then place them back down. Palms will stay facing up towards the sky to help open up your heart center to any possibilities that happen to arrive during your practice today. We'll start to breathe more deeply now in and out through the nose. As you inhale, your belly will rise. And as you exhale, it just simply lowers down. Inhaling, belly rise. And exhale, the belly will lower. So sometimes when we concentrate on our breath, we tend to breathe up into the chest first. So we're really concentrating here on filling the belly first, and then letting that breath naturally just rise up from there towards the upper areas of the lungs. And then just letting that air go. We'll take 2 more this way, filling up and emptying out. And then after this round, we'll start to bring some more awareness into the exhale to start to fire up the core muscles and bring some attention to them. So we'll inhale the same way, belly rises, air might start to move on up through the lungs. But to exhale, we'll begin to squeeze the pelvic floor gently up and draw the belly in and up towards chest. Relax that effort to breathe in, belly rises, air moves on up towards shoulders maybe. And to exhale, we lightly squeeze the pelvic floor up and the lower belly draws in. So as we breathe in, we expand from the inside out. And as we exhale, we draw in from the outside in. We allow for expansion on the inhale. And then on the exhale, we draw in and up and press the air out. Thinking of yourself like an accordion here, inhaling everything expanding. And then exhale everything drawing in towards the center. And we'll get 3 more. Inhale. Exhale, squeezing in and up. Last 2. Last one this way for now. As you exhale, press every last drop of air out, maybe feeling your back pressing a little more intently into the mat as you feel yourself getting nice and strong there. And then relax that effort as you just breathe in and out a few times. We'll all place our right hand here over the heart, and the left hand will place over on top of the right. You can just let your elbows rest alongside you on the floor, so very little effort here. We'll open up our class by uniting our voices and souls in the sound of Om, and we'll prepare here with one breath together. Big inhale through nose, and exhale through nose. Big inhale for Om. Have a great practice, everybody. We'll begin here by just taking our knees in towards the chest. You could take your hands onto the shins or wrap your arms lightly around them as you start to very gently rock yourself from side to side. We'll continue to breathe mindfully in and out through your nose and just allowing your back body to relax even more into the mat with this subtle movement, letting yourself feel nice and melty and supported by earth. You can bring your head to rock a little side to side if it feels good for you. You want to make sure that your neck is comfortable with a nice natural curve underneath, not pressing it too flat and not tilting your head to look behind you, but something nice and even. We'll start to allow our left foot to find the floor, and we'll lift the right leg up to the sky, bending your knee. And you'll just walk your hands up to wherever feels good for you. So I tend to reach up towards my calf or ankle, but you can hold onto the back of the thigh. That works as well. We'll start to bring a gentle movement into the ankle joint itself, just warming it up a little bit. And we're continuing those nice, long, even breaths in and out. At some point, you'll begin to still your ankle and work more on hamstring and pressing back into the floor. So you might walk your hand up just slightly more, and we'll keep the knee bent so the thigh can kind of press towards the chest still. And just using the weight of your hands to start to bring your leg in a little closer, trying to keep the hip towards the floor if you can. Some of you might start to gently straighten the knee out just slightly to start to get a little deeper into the hamstring. But we'll get lots of hamstring stretches in today in our practice, so no need to go to your deepest stretch here. We're just getting started. And we'll take just one more round of breath here. And we'll let that foot come back down gently, and we'll just switch sides. Left foot comes up. You can hold on to your thigh or reach up towards your calf. We'll bring a little movement into the ankle. So we'll be supporting ourselves on the feet and moving around today, challenging balance. So just warming up the ankle to support us and keeping that breath nice, long, and slow, still linking your awareness with breath here. Sounds beautiful. At some point, you'll start to still your ankle. Worry more about the hamstring here, keeping the knee bent at first, using the weight of your hands to pull your knee more down to the chest. Thigh might start to reach the belly here and just flattening out a little bit through the spine. At some point, you might start to gently straighten the knee slightly more and bringing the leg a little bit closer to you. And just one more deep breath. Nice. Now we'll bring that foot back down. Now we're bringing the first leg back up, so taking the right leg up to the sky. And we'll take our hands behind the head to interlace. If you would like to take this more gently, you can rest your hands alongside you. But these will be pretty gentle on their own. Just like you to work on lengthening and extending this leg and warming up the core. So we'll take a big inhale here. And then as you exhale, press your leg long, actively pressing through the ball of your foot as if you were wearing high heels. Heel is just hovering off the ground. On your next inhale, we'll bend the knee to circle the knee in and press up to the sky. And then exhale, drop your straight long leg down to hover. We'll do that again. Inhale, circle up and press it long. Exhale, nice and long. And we'll just get a few more. And we're just noticing how the belly supports us, especially as you press it long. One more like this. Inhale, circle it in. Exhale, press it long. You can continue that, or this time on the inhale, long leg reaches up to the sky. And exhale, long leg presses long towards hover. Couple more. Inhale, lift it up to sky with or without a bent knee. And exhale, press it long. Just one more. Inhale, lift up or circle knee up. Exhale, press it long and pause. Keep it there. Engage your abdominals, tuck your chin, and just lift your shoulders up a little bit here. Just getting a little bit more into the abs here. One more deep breath in and out. Last breath in. And exhale, shoulders drop, and we'll put that foot on the floor, and let's try the other side. Left leg lifts up. Let's anchor our belly in nice and strong. Take a breath in. As you exhale, heel drops to hover. Inhale, circle knee in and up. Press foot to sky. Exhale, lower it down. So that inhale draws the heel and presses it up. The exhale drops it down. Let's take another. Using that nice breath. Maybe exhaling, drawing pelvic floor up and in slightly. And then we'll inhale, circle it up. Exhale, drop it down. Pause. This time maybe straight leg. Inhale, lift it up. And exhale, lower it down. Last few here. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, drop it down. Keep belly strong. One more time. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, circle it down. Hover, press through the ball of the foot. Take a breath in. Exhale, lift the shoulders. Look at your foot maybe, or maybe you look up towards the sky so you're not tensing out your head. One more big breath in and out. Final in-breath. And exhale, shoulders down, both knees into the chest briefly. Give them a little hug and a rock side to side. Now we'll take our feet down to the floor once again, but take them wider so that they're at the edges of your mat. Arms come nice and wide, palms down, and let's find a nice easy twist. Knees drop to the right. Inhale, lift up through center, and exhale, allow them to come left. So we're forgetting about that little bit of core work here and just coming back to some nice, easy, flowing movement side to side. Warming up the spine in this twist. We'll get lots of twists in our practice today. And then the next time that your knees land over to the right, you'll allow them to land there. You can either keep your closed eyes facing up, or you might turn your head in the opposite direction of your knees. And we'll take 3 breaths in. And out. And in. And out. Allowing yourself to enjoy every moment of practice. Good. On your inhale, knees and nose to sky. Exhale, let's bring them over to the left, maybe turning your nose to face right. And we'll breathe deeply into the belly, all the way up towards the chest. All the way back out again. Just letting yourself sink into this nice, easy twist. If it doesn't feel nice and easy for you, do whatever it is that you feel you need to adjust it. Chances are, if you're really listening to your body rather than the ego, you will always make the right choice. Let's make our way back up to center here. Take the knees back in just for a moment, rock side to side, or hook your hands to the back of the thighs and rock forward and back a few times, very gently. You can either rock forward and back or side to side to make your way up into tabletop position here. We will take our hands first under shoulders as we set the knees up under the hips, and then maybe walk your hands a little bit more forward just to back off the wrists here. A few cows and cats. As you inhale, we'll arch and look up. As you exhale, curl, tuck belly and chin in and up. Inhale, relax and go up. Exhale, curl, take the low belly in. So again, we inhale, relax the belly muscles. Exhale, pelvic floor lifts in and up. And we're just going to get one more like this. Good. Now for something a little different. We're coming back to neutral. So what I'd like you to think about here is trying to move your body around in a circle as if you were in a barrel. We're going to move it off to the side, up, around, and let it drop. So we'll start here by arching and then curling. But from this curl, try to take it over to the right, drop it down, lift it up as you come up over to the left, and around. So we're deeply engaging the belly muscles, softening the elbows and the shoulders as the belly starts to drop down, and just trying to move our spine, stirring it around here in tabletop. And I'll just get one more, and then we'll start to go the opposite direction. Belly lowers, lifts up and over as if you're right inside a barrel, trying to touch all of the walls of that barrel all the way around. And just one more like that. Breath sounds amazing. And then we'll take the knees wide, big toes touch. Let yourself come back towards your child's pose. Now, if it's not comfortable to widen the knees, you'll allow your knees to come together. That will significantly back off the hips, and it also will provide a nice support for your back. You can either continue to reach your arms long, or if your shoulders are feeling a bit fatigued, you can just reach your arms back towards ankles. We'll take another 2 breaths here. This is a nice landing spot you can come to any time in your practice when you need to just kind of reground and rest. You're welcome to take any restful posture or drink your water throughout. Final round here. All right, let's inhale back up onto hands and knees. Curl the toes under here. Lift your knees up to a hover. Press all 10 finger pads into the floor. Really take the pelvic floor to take a strong lift. Lower belly lightly draws in. And then from here we'll find down dog by pressing the hips up and back. And we'll begin to bend one knee at a time as we press all of the finger pads eagerly into the floor. Elbows try to roll a bit forward. That might help roll the shoulders away from each other. Maybe your heavy head is shaking no a little to release tension in the neck. Just stretching out through the back body a little bit here. And we'll just take another 2 breaths. Last one. We'll still our down dog now. And bend the knees, begin to press the hips back more. So we're really backing off the hamstrings here. Pelvic floor is lifting, lower belly in, trying to take a nice long spine. If you're very flexible, you might have a tendency to collapse and arch. So take the belly in and up and strengthen instead and keep it nice and long here. Coming into a side stretch in our down dog, we'll keep the knees bent a lot. Heels will drop over towards the left side here. Knees spin over to the right. Just kind of press back. Take one more breath. We'll come through center. Take it to the other side. Press back. So this doesn't look exactly the same in everybody's body. It should feel nice for you. Adjust it so that it does. We'll make our way back towards downward facing dog.
and get ready to come to the top of the mat. So we'll bend the knees, look forward on an inhale. And as we exhale, we'll step the feet towards the hands. Inhale to your half lift, hands anchor to the shins, so here the belly draws in to support you. Exhale, soften and fold. And let's notice those two. Inhale, we find our internal strength to support us. And as we exhale, we soften and we just allow ourselves to be. One more. Inhale, strong lift. Exhale, surrender and fold it down. Let your head be heavy. You can sway a little here. For more support for lower back, you can bring your forearms onto the thighs. You can still sway a little bit even there. So just letting yourself stay in whichever of those variation works for you for another 3 rounds of breath. Deep inhales, long exhales. One more here. All right, let's come to our extended mountain. Inhale, press to both feet. Lift all the way in and up and reach the arms up. Exhale, hands come to heart. Pause here for a breath in. And let it go. Coming to our core strength sun salutation A. Inhale, arms stretch high. Exhale, deeply bend knees to come forward here. We'll inhale to half lift. Exhale, hands plant. We walk to downward facing dog. On the in-breath, knees bend, belly in. Exhale, roll plank. Pick up hips. Wave your way there. We'll inhale in plank and exhale in plank. Staying here for a moment, playing around with some easier Diablo planks. So dropping heels to one side. Inhale, lift up and over to the other. So we're not going to be here very long, but I would like you to really feel the low belly lifting up as you shift sides, kind of similar to what we were doing in that barrel roll, really lifting in and up with those internal muscles to twist it out. And just one more each way. Coming back to the center, we'll drop the knees on the inhale, exhale, lower all the way down. Tuck your chin, inhale for your cobra, press the fingers. Exhale, come down, we'll do that again. So we're rolling top spine. Inhale, lift with back strength. Exhale, down, last time, and this time we'll hold it up. So we're only lifting as far as feels good for us here. Fingers are trying to draw you a little forward. Lower belly is deeply engaged. Last breath in. Exhale, press to modified plank, and then curl toes, press back down dog. One more breath. Coming back to top of mat. Inhale, look forward, bend knees. Exhale, walk your feet up. We'll inhale to half lift. And exhale, fold it on down. Extended mountain. Inhale, rise. Press to the inner arches of the feet. Feel the power rise up through spine. Exhale, hands to heart. Coming to our chair with the feet hips width apart here. We'll take the arms up overhead. On an exhale, we'll sit the hips back. Arms will reach forward. So the reaching forward helps shoot those hips back a lot. You want to make sure you can see your toes here. Beautiful. We're going to come bring our little flame together. This always reminds me of a concert back in the day before we had phones. We used to put the lighter on. So that's what makes me think here, and it makes me kind of happy. Even though I'm sitting in this squat and it's a little intense, I just keep that concert in my mind. And we're going to take a big inhale here and then exhale, twist to the right. Let the elbows lead the way. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale, twist to the other side. And just a few more here. And what's your favorite song you used to light your lighter for if you're as old as I am? Maybe it's playing in your head. Let's go to the other side. And just one more each way. Hips are still shooting back. It's a little harder now. Last time, pulling over to the left. Let's come back to center chair. Release the flame. Arms open up to stretch out the upper back and strengthen at the same time. Maybe coming into just some very teeny tiny pulses for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and done. Inhale, rise. Exhale, fold. We will be here for 2 breaths in and out. 1 more. Good. Inhale halfway, nice and strong. Exhale, down dog. We're coming back to that sun salutation here. Bend your knees, inhale. Exhale, rolling plank. We stay for 1 breath in. Exhale for modified chaturanga, knees down. Hover as you lower, shoulders higher than elbows. Inhale to up dog or a cobra. Up dog lifts the thighs. Exhale, take it up and back to downward facing dog. 1 breath. Let's sweep the right leg to the sky. Here's your 3-leg down dog. Maybe you play and come up and down on the toes of the standing foot here. On your next inhale, maybe come on toes, lift the leg a little higher. Exhale, knee into the chest curl. Pick up those beautiful hips there. Let's do it again. Inhale, nice and long and back. Exhale, engage low belly, take it forward. Last time. This time as the knee draws forward, you pause, keep it as high as you can. Try to step to the right thumb. Before you lift up to high lunge, make sure your feet are hips width distance. Back knee will bend a little to lift you up if you haven't come already, so that the deep belly muscles can assist. And then we'll take the arms up overhead. We're going to get some crescent lunge dips and then take them on a twist. So let's get 3 regular ones here. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fists in, lower belly, in and up. Gorgeous. 2 more. 1. I'm going to try to twist it now. Inhale, lift. Exhale, open arms, twist to the right. I know. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, dip, twist to the right. Last time. Inhale up. Exhale, twist to the right. Stay in high lunge twist. The back knee can stay dipped, or you can start to lengthen it a little bit. Working a nice strong twist, nice strong lunge. Reach through your fingertips. Big breath. Try to keep your mind calm in this challenging time, right? 1 more round. To find warrior 2, we cartwheel the arms around, drop the back heel, and then open it up. Feel free to readjust your feet if they didn't land in a stable position. I usually have my front heel in line with the back heel, so that's one way to do it. You can also do it with the middle of the back foot. But if that doesn't feel right for you for any reason, you will switch it up. Continue to reach long through your fingers, shoulders down, belly scoops in. Love the breath in here today. Let's flip the right hand, reverse warrior and stay. Inhale, reach back. Exhale, stay there. Maybe bend the front knee slightly more. Take top shoulder down from the ear. 1 more deep breath. Last inhale. Exhale, cartwheel arms down to the floor. Try to go right to 3-leg dog if you can. Take the leg up and back. Exhale, bend knee, open hip. Inhale, take it back to the sky. And exhale, down dog. Let's try left side. Inhale, left leg up. Keep it up there. Come up and down on the ball or the toes of the right foot a few times. Take another big breath in on the toes, kick it up high. Exhale, knee draws in, use the belly. Take it again, inhale, 3 legs. Exhale, tiger curl, knee in. Very last time. Take knee in, pause, feel amazing, creep your foot towards your hand. You can always use your hand to move it up if you need to. Find your stability first. Back knee might bend a little bit to lift up to high lunge. Give yourself a moment to find stability. If you feel a little wobbly, maybe take the legs a little closer together. Let's come up on that inhale. Exhale, fists in, lower belly in and up. 2 more. Your back knee dips as low as it's happy to dip. 1 more. Good. Taking dips on a twist. Open arms wide, twist to left. Gorgeous. Inhale up through center. Exhale, twist lift. You got it. Inhale up.
And twist. Let's get one more. And land in the high lunge twist with the back knee a little dipped or not, all facing over to the ballet bars here. You can bring your gaze towards your front thumb, or you can continue to look for the side wall, wherever feels best. One more round. Let's find warrior two. Cartwheel, arms around, back heel drops, and you might need to rearrange your feet. Find your stability, your sense of peace here in your warrior two. So we don't want to reach the whole body forward. If I didn't see your legs, I'd think you were just standing straight with your arms reaching out. Last one. Let's flip the left palm. Inhale, reverse warrior. We'll stay here. I tend to look for my back foot. That makes my neck happy. But if your neck is happy looking up or to the side, then you can look there. Make sure we've got some space for the top ear. One more breath in. Exhale, let's cartwheel down. Trying to go to three-leg dog here. Left leg sweeps up. Bend your knee on the exhale, open the hip, reach heel towards opposite shoulder. Inhale, back to sky. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's get ready to roll. Bend your knees, inhale. Exhale, wave and roll into your high plank. Last round of Diablo planks on the hands. Here we go. Drop to one side with the heels. Inhale, lift up and over to the other. And we've just got 6, 5, 4. Keep gripping fingertips into the floor. Use deep belly to lift hips up and over, a little bit of that curl action going there. And just one more. And then making your way back to center. Drop the knees once again for child's. Big toes can touch as you come on back. Let your arms completely relax. So instead of reaching them so far forward, shoulders are feeling a little tense. Just bend your elbows. Let your hands be in a nice, comfortable position. We'll take a few breaths in and a few breaths out. If you need to grab a water or anything else at all, you can take it at any time. Once all those physical needs, sweat's been wiped down, water has been consumed, you will go back to just concentrating on your breath and allowing the softness to start to happen in the physical body. We'll be here for 3 more. Last 2 here. I'm cherishing this child pose a little longer, but we will add a side bend in. So you'll start to lengthen the arms once again towards the top of the mat, and then walk them over to the right. As you're walking over to the right side, the left hand will pull a little more actively to the floor. So we are gripping here not to support the weight, but gripping with fingertips to get a deeper stretch all the way down the arm, into the shoulder, the chest, maybe all the way down towards the hip there. And we'll take another full round of breath. Well, let's take the side bend to the other side. So just walk your arms through center. When you get over to the other side, then we can actively reach the right arm, grip the fingers, press the right hip down too. So you're trying to create as long of a line as you can through that side. Nice curve there. And just one more. All right, let's walk our hands back up towards the front. Come up onto hands and knees. Here we go. Back to standing, curl toes. Hover the knees. Hovered table. Staying here just for a moment. Sometimes I like to pump it up and kind of dip the knees and lift them.
That makes me feel excited and ready to go on. And then we're going to place ourselves all the way up, hips draw up and back. Find a beautiful down dog here. You can pedal it out or just enjoy some stillness for one more breath. And then coming to the top of the mat, we'll bend the knees, look forward. Exhale, walk, or try a little hop up towards the top there. Inhale to find your half lift. And exhale, we'll fold it on down. Let's rise all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. All right, we're coming back to chair, so let's get our feet wide enough to support us, so at least hips width, a little bit wider is cool. We'll take the arms up as we breathe in. As we exhale, arms reach forward, hips come back. So coming into a supported chair twist, let's take the left arm across your thighs and hold on to the outer thigh. Really press the thigh and the hand into each other. Right hand to hip, begin to spin to the right. Maybe you lift your opposite arm up. So we're still trying to keep those hips back. You should still be able to see your toes. Knees should be in line, so one is not coming forward of the other. Big breath in and out. One more. Inhale, rise, circle, sweep both arms up. Exhale, sit back to chair, arms forward, lower belly hugs in. Get ready, right arm across this time, left hand to hip. Begin to twist through mid-spine. Maybe arm reaches up. Take a peek at your knees. If one is scooching a bit forward, just try to align them. Even if that means coming up a little bit in a higher chair twist, totally cool. Last two. Last one. All right, let's inhale up. And exhale, bow down. We're staying down in this fold. You can grab opposite elbows for your ragdoll here. Maybe swing or just hanging out down the middle. The weight of your arms is helping to stretch the back muscles away from each other, so you can get a little extra sense of peace there. It's also helping to stretch out the hamstrings, just making you a little heavier. We will be here for another 3 breaths. You can either continue that, or if you prefer a different grip, you can try gorilla here, taking your hands under the feet from the front, maybe bending your knees a lot to get them under there. I like this one. It's a nice opposite type of feeling for your hands than your down dog. Sometimes I use my toes to kind of massage out the heels of the hand a bit. Final round. Okay, let's inhale to strong half lift. Exhale to down dog, hands plant, walk back. Inhale, right leg to sky. Exhale, knee to nose, pause and hold for 3, 2, 1. Step to your hand, back heel drops. We're back up to warrior 2. So we'll come into that same warrior 2 position. So right leg forward here. If you have a block, put your block right down near your front foot. If you don't, you can use your hand to grip your shin as we make our way through this progression. We'll begin by flipping the palm. Inhale, stretch up and back. As you exhale, either bring hand down onto your block and the other arm up, or you can hold your shin. Block has 3 heights. I like the high side. You can take whatever you like. So we'll take a big inhale, reach for sky, keeping the knee bent. Exhale, sweep your arm towards the long end of the mat like you were going to pick something up off the floor right in front of that block. Inhale, peel yourself open, straighten your leg to triangle, arm reaches up. Exhale, bend the knee, reach your arm back down to the ground. So it's like you're peeling back a bow. Inhale, reach. Exhale, bend and reach down to the earth. So we'll warm up from extended side angle into a triangle. Last few. Inhale, peel. Exhale, down. Now let's peel open to triangle and stay there.
So we want very little amount of our weight on the block here. So we're pressing up and away from it. Right knee has a little bit of a micro bend in it. Maybe trying a half bind here in triangle. Turn your palm to face behind you. Thumb points towards the back foot. Bend your elbow and take the back of your hand into the small of your back. You can look for the sky, but if that bothers your neck, look to the side or down to the floor. Last breath here. Good. Let's bend the knee. Inhale, sweep up and back. Exhale, cartwheel the hands to the front foot. Find runner's lunge. So we'll pick up the back heel and then drag that foot forward about a foot or so for your Parsvattanasana. So the heel will land. Toes point almost all the way forward in the back, but slightly off on an angle. We'll inhale for a half lift, and then exhale, begin to bow over the front knee. Let's breathe in and out. One more. Revolve triangle. Inhale, lift halfway up through spine. Block back underneath left hand on whatever height, right inside the front foot. Right hand to hip, start to spin to the right like you did in chair, and then reach your arm maybe up to the sky. 3 breaths in, and out, and in, and out. Final one. Big inhale. Exhale, both hands to the front foot. Slide the back foot back a bit more and step back to down dog. Let's breathe. Notice the right and the left legs here. You can pedal your feet or enjoy stillness, whatever suits you better. And then we'll take the opposite leg, left leg, sky high, really lift it up there. And we'll bring the knee into the nose, pause, keep it high. After a brief hold, we'll step to the hand, drop the back heel, open your way up to warrior 2 on the left side. Pausing just briefly, moving your block towards your foot if you have one. Left palm flips. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, extended side angle, hand either on the block or holding on to the shin. We'll take a big inhale. As you exhale, gaze and right hand reach down to the floor. Inhale, peel open, straighten leg, arm up. Exhale, back down. Inhale, reach. Exhale, bend, reach for earth. And then pick up some of that earth. Inhale, bring it all the way up to the sun. And exhale, come on down. Last time, dynamically moving in and out. And bend and reach down. This time we'll come to triangle and really feel everything expanding. Gaze can come for the top hand. It can look side or down, but the gaze is intentional. Maybe adding half bind, turning palm to face back, thumb points towards the back foot. Bend elbow. Draw your back of your hand into the lower back if you're adding it. Low belly scoops in. You do not have to add the bind here. Make sure front knee is not hyperextended and locked out. Beautiful breath. Let's inhale, reach the arm up. Exhale, stay there. Bend the front knee. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, cartwheel hands to the left foot. Pick up the back heel. Scooch that foot about a foot forward or so. Heel grounds back down again. Inhale, wave spine for a half lift. Exhale, fold it in. Breathe. Using this moving meditation to just forget about everything else. Feeling everything moving in and out in the body as if that's your whole world. One more.
Getting ready for our revolved triangle. We'll inhale to half lift, block underneath right hand. Lift left hand up onto the hip, spin to the left. Reach left hand up to sky. Breathe in. And out. Last two. Last one. Big inhale. Exhale, hands to the front foot. Pick up the back heel, scoot your foot back a bit more, and then make your way to downward facing dog. Take 2 breaths in and out. Final one. Let's look forward. Inhale, knees bend. Exhale, walk or hop, feet to the front. Inhaling halfway. Exhale, fold, let go, forget about all of that. Let's rise to extended mountain. Inhale, press to feet. Fire up through the inner thighs, low belly, stretch up nice and tall. Exhale, hands to heart, gaze forward. And close your eyes as you pause in mountain pose. And even let your arms just rest alongside. You're going to take a few moments here either just to breathe and kind of ground yourself, getting ready for a little balance, or if you would like to join me for a drink, you can take it now or anytime you like. Cheers. So our last standing series, we'll just make ourselves nice and comfortable. Feet are just as wide as they need to be so that you feel super grounded, plugging all of the foot in. Try not to grip too much with the toes, but more the perimeter of the foot. Pelvic floor is lifted gently, lower belly gently lifted as well. We'll balance onto the right leg first, so taking hands onto hips. Let's energetically, with low belly, lift the left knee as if there's a little lever that just pulls it up. And keep it here for a moment. Grab a hold of the shin. Maybe get a little standing wind removing pose in there. Try to pull it up nice and high. Some of you might be able to hook your fingers around the big toe and kick your leg forward. I think I can, but I prefer not to, right? So that's okay. Just because you can do something doesn't mean you always have to. You can still say no. And then we'll start to press the knee away a little as we open it out to the side for your dancing Shiva. Other arm will reach energetically out. So those two opposing energies helping you stay stabilized right down the middle. For those of you that are very stable, you can turn to face the extended hand. One more. Inhale, gaze and knee forward. Arms out to the side. We're going to step back towards Parsvattanasana. So start to step your foot back just about a foot or so, and you can take a bit of a balance as you land. Hands to back pockets. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, dive your way back forward, bringing hands towards the floor or blocks. Our last balance here will be standing split. Let's inhale, wave spine long. Hands walk a little more forward and lift the back leg. So remember those long extensions we did on our back? We're working that same long extension here. Bent knee on the standing leg, totally fine to back off the hamstring. Some of you like to play with even more balance, taking one or two hands to the standing ankle. Last breath or so there. Bringing hands back down to the ground. Inhale, kick the leg up slightly higher. Exhale, bend both knees. Let your feet land right next to each other. And just enjoy your fold. Shake out your head. Shake out your doubts. Let's try on the other side. Inhale, rise up nice and tall. Exhale, hands to heart. Lower belly draws in to meet them, so we find that internal strength. Bringing the awareness more into the left leg, hands to hips. Right knee lifts with the low belly, not just hip flexor.
When you're ready, grab your shin, try to pull the knee in and up for like a standing when removing pose. Some of you might be able to grab the toes and kick forward. I can do it on one side and not the other. Stay here. Start to press the knee a little away and then open up to dancing shiva here. If you are steady, you can turn your head to face your arm. And if you fall out, you take the time to reground and start slowly again. Knee forward, gaze forward, arms to side. Finding a little balance here to mindfully step back towards Parsvattanasana, maybe a little baby airplane finds its way into that transition. Arms to the back or hands to the back here. Roll shoulders, inhale nice and proud. Exhale, press back, hips back. Bow forward, hands ground down. Take a breath to enjoy the stretch. And then final balance, standing split. Inhale, wave long, hands crawl a little forward. Begin to lift the back leg. Keep standing knee as bent as you like. Try to keep the lifted toes pointing towards the floor so we're not externally rotating at the hip. Keeping both hips pointing in the same direction. You might bring just one hand onto your standing ankle, or two, or none. And my ankle is wobbly like crazy, but that's all good. I'm still giving it a shot here. And eventually we'll bring both hands back down. Inhale, maybe kicking up slightly higher, and exhale, all done. Feet land next to each other. Big breath in your fold. All right, let's make our way all the way up. Sweep tall, inhale. Exhale, hands to heart, starting our journey to the floor. Inhale, arms lift. Exhale, bow down, soft knees. Inhale to your half lift, hands on shins. Exhale, step to down dog. Walk the feet back. Last wave plank, knees bent, inhale. Exhale, wave it through. Form plank, here we come. You can either keep the knees lifted or drop them down as you make your transition. We want the elbows roughly under shoulders, a little bit further forward is harder. Drop heels to one side. Lift up and over with that barrel belly to the other. You can always drop the knees and just shift the hips up and over like this, still using that low belly lift for another 3. Getting them long and then circling them to one and then going towards the other. I'm going to come into a quadricep stretch from here. So we'll roll over onto your right side. And you can either bring a block under your head for a pillow or just use your arm under your head to be comfortable. Bend the top leg. You're just going to grab your ankle or your foot or whatever you can reach to stretch out your quadricep. So this is a nice, relaxing one. Still might be challenging for you. Many of us have very tight quadriceps, which is exactly why we're in this position, just to help kind of stretch and loosen that out. Try not to yank your foot back, so don't think of a dancer here and pinch low back. Start off by lightly drawing the knee a bit forward, just finding a bit of a curl into your tailbone, not a hyper-extended curl, but just to kind of lengthen more. And then pull your knee away from you. And the heel pulls in towards the glutes. If you feel any strain on your knee, back off. We want to stretch the muscle, but we don't want to strain the joint. So any joint pain, you need to back off right away there. Little scared type of tension in the muscle is okay. Just try to breathe and relax through it, and that should lessen. One more here. We're just going to roll on over to switch. Just picking up the other foot, pull the heel in here. So bringing our awareness into the low back, no pinchiness and pulling the knee back, maybe pull it a bit forward, and then just take the heel into the glutes muscle and think about lengthening the knee away from you. Let's come back to those long, slow, delicious breaths that we worked all the way through our vinyasa flow. Full belly chest breath in and out. And in, and out. Okay, let's release the leg, come back onto your belly. And we're getting one back strengthener in here. I like to get at least one in per class because a lot of us do tend to get a little weak in the back body with sitting, and this is a great way to counteract that. So for today's one, we're going to take our fingertips lightly to the back of the head with the elbows wide. Your feet should be hips width apart. You might curl your toes under and use your toes to kind of lengthen your legs a little out of the hips and place them back down. Take an inhale to prepare. On an exhale, let's lift up with back strength. So we're pressing the tops of the feet into the floor. Your knees might lift up a little bit. Trying to think about lifting up and lengthening at the same time. Big breaths in and out. And in and out. Last breath in, come higher. Exhale, take your head down, hands out to the side. We're coming back up briefly in an airplane variation. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, lift feet and arms up this time. Chest and thighs lift. Big breath in. And out. And in. And out. Last one. Inhale up a little higher. Exhale, come down. Face your head the other direction. So left for me. Bend your knees. You can flip-flop your feet a little bit if you like. And we're coming now into our half pigeon. If you've got sensitive knees or tight hips, you might decide to roll over onto your back and take the figure 4 variation that I do most often in class. But if you would like to move into the more traditional version here, you will make your way up onto hands and knees and then into your downward facing dog. And you're welcome to try, and then you can always change your mind later. From down dog, we'll sweep right leg to the sky. And as you exhale, knee comes into the chest, into that tiger curl, but then we'll drop the knee behind the wrist. Use your back toes, again, to lengthen the back leg a little longer. Now, you never want to have yourself collapse down and have uneven hips, so you might be best off to bring a support under the right thigh. Take all the time you need to find this position first before you start to bring your body weight down over the front leg. And we'll try to let ourselves be as soft as we can be. So forehead is not reaching the ground, maybe another block under there. You could fold your arms underneath your head. We want to try to just let ourselves relax as much as we can. Deep, long breaths into the belly and moving on up into the upper back. And then softly letting those go. Last 3 here. Last 2. Last one. If you're face down, moving into a quick side stretch, walking your hands away from the front leg, so walking them over to the left, right off the mat. Reach a little longer through the right hand, just like we did in child's pose. Big breath.
And just one more. Let's walk our hands back to the top of the mat. Gently unfurl, lift the chest into your proud pigeon, sitting up tall. Hands to the floor, curl back toes, lift the knees, sweep your right leg up and back to three-leg dog. Give it a shake out, and then put it back down. If you're on your back, you're simply switching your sides when you're ready. If you're coming here with me, left leg up, big stretch, as big as it can stretch. Knee into nose, exhale, slide it behind the wrist. Right leg slides back down your mat. Maybe a little support under the hip or the thigh. So it's no right or wrong, just takes experimenting. Try to make the back quadricep face down. And then we'll slowly come forward. Now you only come to a place that you can stay for about 6 breaths or so. Feeling free to back off. Maybe the breath helps you soften more. Relaxing your jaw. Try to soften the shoulders and the heart. Your soft, heavy muscles just helping you find a slightly deeper position for these last few moments. Starting to walk your hands off and over towards the right side here to add in your side stretch and reaching a little longer through the left hand, even crawling it on the floor away from you. Long breath. And one more. Good. Let's start to walk the hands back up toward the top of the mat. Unroll your chest up to your proud pigeon. Hands to the floor. Set the block out of the way. Curl back toes, lift knees, stretch your leg up and back to three-leg dog. Maybe give it a little shake. Down dog eventually as you're ready. And then we're all going to end up on our backs here. So whenever you are ready, you'll just let your knees drop. Roll your way onto your back. And everybody here in class with me, you can just have your feet face towards those back paintings. And just give yourself that lovely hug that we started off with. And just give the new you, right, a nice big hug here. And embracing every last amazing part of yourself as you just rock a little from side to side. So we're going to revisit some of that abdominal work that we did earlier, but we will make it more challenging at this point. If you decide that is not where you want to go, then you can take it a little easier, more like we did in the beginning. We will take our hands again behind the head, and we are going to lift up both legs to the sky. Let's lift the shoulders up. You could always take your hands alongside you and let your head come down. That will be a little easier. Take a breath in. Exhale, right heel drops to hover. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, other leg drops down. If you want to let your head rest, totally fine. Inhale up. Exhale, drop down. Last couple that way. Inhale up. Exhale, drop down. Now we're going to just do them one and one. So inhale, one up, the other down. Exhale, they switch. So this is just slightly harder moving them this way rather than coming back to that two up in between. You could tape it there. And then finally, for our last challenge here, bringing that element of twist back. When the right leg comes up, left elbow towards it, and then the other way.
And you can bend your knees and dip toes down like this, which is slightly easier, or long legs here, very slow for 8, 7, 6, and 5, just 4, 3, and 2, and I promise I won't just keep saying 2 over and over. Knees in, give yourself a hug. I know I have a warped sense of humor, and sometimes I do that, but today we are done. Give yourself this nice hug here. We're going to stretch that out in our bridge pose, so we'll take the feet down to the floor. Heels should be just under knees. Hands come right alongside you on the ground. Take an inhale to prepare, and as you exhale, lift the hips and make your way up onto your upper back. Maybe walking the shoulder blades a little closer to each other underneath you. Making sure that you are not stressing out the lower back, so you can come down a little lower. Maybe come down a little lower, scoop low belly, lift pelvic floor, press back up, see if that changed anything for you. We will stay here for another 3 breaths in and out and in and out. And last full round and out. Inhale, lift up a little to get the shoulders out, and then exhale all the way gently back down. Just coming into our lower back stretch here. Keep your feet where they are. Slides the heels of the hands into the hip crease. Thumbs can press to the inner thigh as the pinkies go around the outside. And just very gently press your hips away. This should feel very nice for your lower back. Try to direct your breath there for 2 more rounds. Last one. And as you exhale, just relax the hands alongside you. We'll transition to reclined bound angle, your Supta Baddha Konasana, joining the soles of the feet together. Knees just gently drop open. If this is too much pressure for your hips, you can prop blocks up underneath your thighs. The closer you bring them to the glutes, the higher up your thighs will be. So it doesn't matter exactly where they are. It matters where is best for you. And we will just allow ourselves to stay here. And just come back to some long, slow breaths in and out. Taking just a few more. And last 2. And last one. Let's bring our feet back to the floor and take your right leg back up to the sky. So this is just where we started off earlier today. So you walk your hands up as far as they can go. Bend your knee, hopefully noticing that your hamstring's a little more loose and warmed up here. If it feels nice for you, you can start to straighten out the left leg here and slide it down your mat. We're trying to keep both hips evenly pressed down. Take 1 more round in and back out. We're going to open this out to the sides. You can either keep your leg straight or bend your knee and grab a hold of the knee once again. Left arm will come out to the left to help you from rolling all the way over as you open the right leg out to the right. So you can either keep the leg straight. I tend to put my elbow on the floor, just like a little kickstand, and rest my calf on the palm. Or you can bend the knee and just hold the knee with your hands. One more breath there. We'll inhale the leg back up. We're going to switch hands and try to keep both hips down. So this is not a twist yet. This will be an IT band stretch. So holding on with the left hand, your right leg starts to cross over towards the left, but we're keeping both hips grounded. So it only goes maybe an inch or two across the body, and we begin to feel the outer side of that leg really firing up. Bend your knees much as you need to here. One more. And then making our way to twist. I prefer now to bend the knee, but you could keep the leg straight. And let the right hip lift as you roll onto the left side, trying to keep both shoulders down. And we just enjoy a nice little spinal twist. Deep belly, chest breath in. And out. One more. Inhale, we'll unwind. Put your right foot on the floor as we do that all over again on the left leg. Take the left leg up to the sky. Walk your hand up the leg as much as feels right, bending your knee as much as you like, concentrating on the hamstring stretch and trying to flatten the back out naturally to the ground. So there will be some element of curve there. Maybe straightening out right leg. This will intensify it. Right hip and left hips try to stay down. Last few here. One more. Coming back out towards that dancing Shiva, but reclined. Right hand will come to the floor to help steady you. Left hand opens leg out to the left. Leg either stays straight or bend the knee. Maybe making that little kickstand with your arm, placing the top of the arm on the floor and resting the calf in the palm. Big breath. Last one. Getting ready for IT band stretch, leg to sky, taking left hand out to the side. So we got a straight leg. Grab a hold with the right hand as it just starts to come very gently across, barely at all. Maybe making a little kickstand again and holding up towards the top of the thigh now. So we try to just soften here, allow that band to just stretch out just ever so slightly, not stressing it out. And then when you are ready for your twist, maybe you bend your knee, or you could keep it straight, bringing hand onto knee, perhaps. Let your hip leave the earth, twist through the spine. Maybe your closed eyes turn over to face your extended arm. Last moment here. When you're ready, we'll gently unwind the body. Take your time. We'll be making our way into our final rest in Shavasana. If there are any pit stops you'd like to take along the way, any intuitive movement, such as another hug, a happy baby, maybe something that doesn't have a name, just something that feels nice for you here. Anything at all. At some point, in no rush whatsoever, we will either take the feet back to the floor with the feet a little wider and the knees gently knocking into that place where they just exist without effort, or you can take your legs fully down your mat. And just maybe noticing the difference between the first time we tried to lay here like this and the you that is here now. We'll bring our awareness to the forehead and soften those little wrinkles out, relaxing, so there's no need to worry. Brows relaxed. Tongue drops away from the top of your mouth. Maybe just subtly picking up the shoulders to scooch them an inch further away from ears. Fully relax your belly and just breathe in and out. Maybe even give your feet a little flop side to side to make sure that legs, hips, and feet are happy and relaxed. And let's let ourselves be in this moment, letting ourselves absorb all the benefits of our practice, the physical, the emotional, and the mental benefits here. Allowing ourselves to be still, without any distractions from the outside or the inside. And as we just hover here in this stillness, moments of clarity might come. If something important comes up, allow it to come. Make a special note of it, maybe even just allowing it to stay here with you without hyper-focusing on it. Something you might like to revisit later over a cup of iced tea, or with a journal, maybe a beer with your buddy later on, however it is for you, where you can find that sense of connection to self. I like to make dates with myself, setting aside some special time, just the way I would create that time for a friend to meet for a cup of tea. Maybe you create some special time in your day today to just meet yourself for that cup of tea. Cherishing every last moment here. We'll start to breathe slightly more deeply, breath by breath. Each breath starts to grow a little longer. Fill the belly, fill the chest, and release it away. Let's just gently wiggle toes and fingers, maybe roll wrists and ankles. We'll take our arms long and back behind us, full stretch here. Maybe even lifting your back up off the floor a bit so it's more shoulders and hip off the floor, just a very subtle back bend. And we'll allow ourselves to just sink back down as we take our hands now back over the heart, just the way we began. And we'll close here, uniting our voices again in the sound of Om. We'll take one breath to get ready. Big inhale. And exhale. Inhale for your Om. Let yourself stay just there. Just taking your thumb or your hands to prayer here, and then taking the thumb knuckles to prayer at your forehead, your place of wisdom. I thank you all so much for joining me today and allowing me to guide your practice. The love and the light in me honors the love and the light in you. Namaste. I hope you all had a wonderful class.